What's up, guys? I'm back with another league video. I know it's been a while. I've been doing my walkthrough and just been busy with a lot of things, but I'm back. We're coming to the end of season 5. We got about a couple more days left. So, I got where I wanted to get. I got into silver, so, I'm starting to prepare for preseason. Been looking up a few things about some of the new things that are coming out, some of the reworks they're doing, but I don't have time to go ahead and make a video. Like, I still don't even understand like all the stuff that they're gonna be doing. So I just want to go ahead and I guess make a video to prepare everyone when we're going into the next season of ranked, to I guess some tips to climb the ladder, because I'm probably going to be taking this advice for myself, and hopefully this can help some other people. But like I said, wrapping up, a lot of people are trying to do that last push, get to where they want to be. But pretty much this is what everyone, a couple of tips. I have 10 tips, 5 tips for out of game and 5 tips for in game, some things that you can do. So let's start with out of game. So for one, you pretty much need to admit that you could probably go ahead and do a lot better than, where you actually are. Cause, myself, I tell myself, I'm better than where I'm at. I didn't belong in bronze, but at the same time, I still had to admit that, I know I can be doing much better as a player in general if I just, admit that I have some room for improvement. So pretty much that's the main step that you would have to go ahead and like I said, admit that you need improvement. So moving on from that, go ahead and keep up with the meta, keep up with patches, keep up with, changes you're doing with different champs. Just keep up with things in general, because, you want to get into a game, you want to know what's going on. If there are new items, you want to, stay up to date, so that way you don't just jump into the freaking game and you not know what's going on. So, keep up with the meta. Third, this is going to be actually 2 points, 3 and 4, but first part is, watch other people's matches. And when I say this, that doesn't mean go ahead and watch people in LCS. Don't go watch people in LCS and then freaking go and like try to copy what Doublelift did or what Faker did. That's not what I mean. Don't go ahead and watch them and go ahead and try to copy them. Watch them so you can see what kind of techniques that they use and see where they go ward stuff, when they leave lane, when they go roam, stuff like that. 'Cause you can't just go ahead and copy a person. You see somebody 1v5 somebody and they win. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to be able to do that because you don't have that same skill level as them. So, just copy the basic stuff, I guess. Like I said, where they ward, when they roam, when they decide to go get objectives, when they decide to go group, stuff like that. So, moving on from that, watch your own matches. So, me, myself, I have Baron replays, and I'm able to record my games. Even though I probably don't watch them like I should. I pretty much only use it to get gameplay for my videos. But, I'm going to go ahead and start actually critiquing myself. And I can go ahead and watch my own matches and see what mistakes I can go ahead and, correct. So if I'm watching myself and, when you're in the middle of a game, you got to make a split-second decision. So when you go back and you watch what you did, you're seeing like, oh, well, maybe I could actually did this. And then next time around, when you actually play another game, you'll know that you have another option. That way you just don't feel like you have just one option. You could take another route, and hopefully that could, end up being a better option than what you did in the first place. And then finally, take a break. Take a break if you're tilting. Take a break if you just had a bad loss, because, it's a number of things that can lead you to going on tilt. One of them being, like I said, having a bad loss, having some stupid teammates. We've heard plenty of videos when I was, bitching about people being stupid on my team. And, even though I may not admit it, but, that shit does transfer over into your next game. So, just pretty much take a break if you need to, walk away from the game. Freaking just do something. If you want to go play another freaking game, if you want to go for a jog, go get something to eat, hang out with your friends, I don't know, just freaking just step away for a second. That way you can come back refreshed. You can, get a fresh start, and hopefully your mind will be clear. Well, it should be clear. That way you can go into the next game with full potential. So now moving on to the in-game tips. A couple of things. For one, you just got to keep playing. You just got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. In order to get experience, you just got to keep playing. That's as simple as that. I mean, you don't learn just like overnight, like, boom, I'm an LCS player. Yesterday, I just started playing. It doesn't happen like that. You need to keep playing, get more experience. Eventually, all that hard work, all those games that you put in, eventually it's going to pay off. So hopefully, if you're learning after, a number of games, you can actually improve and not just be playing and be stuck in the same spot. But, usually most people, they keep playing, they keep learning new things. They'll be improving. So moving on from that, get a main role. So myself, I can say that I main support. I'm very comfortable with support. I got a number of champs I can go down there with. I guess I can say, like, when season 5 started, my main supports were Thresh and Morgana. And I've actually ventured out. I picked up Nautilus. I can consider him probably one of my main supports that I pick. I picked up Nami. I actually just recently bought Bard. I'm probably going to go ahead and buy Braum when I get enough IP. And, you just, like, main a role. And now, I'm thinking myself, which would lead into, I guess this would be a second part, besides getting a main role. But if you feel like you need to, you go ahead and stick with the easy champs. Get a main role, get an easy champ. Because, like, for instance, I'm trying to go ahead and get into mid more. So even though support's my main role, I guess you can say, I'm trying to get into more carry roles, so that way I can be more of a factor into, winning a game. Because when I'm playing support, sometimes shit just doesn't work out. So, I've actually picked up Annie. She's a very easy champ, simple champ. She farms really easily. You can freaking dominate with her. Like something like that. So, you can pick up a very easy champ, main a role, and you can pretty much, they call it a one-trick pony. Pretty much you just have like that one champ, that one role. You just go in, you can pretty much just win against anybody. And apparently, I've heard that there are a lot of these one-trick ponies in higher elos. So, if you're that good at a champ, you can pretty much carry any game. And that's just an easy way for you to continue to, climb the ladder. You keep winning, eventually you're going to get promoted. So why not go ahead and main a champ, pick a certain role, pick some easy champs, whichever one you prefer. You can do that. Now, duoing. I know some people may not like to duo. I kind of prefer it. When you duo, it kind of feels like you have that security of you think you know how you think that you know how to play very well, and you also have a buddy of yours that should know how to play very well. So you kind of got at least 2 people on your team that you're confident with, that you feel like you'll be able to win the game with. And you have 3 randoms. So, I mean, like I said, myself, I feel like I prefer duoing than being in solo queue, just because you have the other person, that they know how to play. And then you can think of different, what are they called? Duo combos, if you want to call it. So, like, AD carry support. I know me and my boyfriend, we used to duo. We used to try to go AD carry support. If not, we can do, like, mid, jungle support, I think. Just different roles, or different combos, I should say. That way you have that synergy. And, I mean, that's just my opinion. Anyone can agree, anyone can disagree. But I feel like dual queuing could be, really well if you're trying to move up really fast. And, like I said, you get that one other person that you're pretty confident that actually knows what they're doing. So moving on from that. Ignoring toxic behavior. So that's probably a tough one, because myself, I go ahead and I go ahead and I get pissed sometimes. If people start being stupid, I may respond to them with some shit myself. And it just, like I said, it's kind of frustrating, but it's a good way to go ahead and allow yourself to go and focus on the game. That way you're not paying attention to what the fuck your enemy team is saying or your teammates are saying. You can just mute them, and you ain't gotta see a single word from them again. And that way you're just focusing on your game. So if someone's flaming in chat for no freaking reason, I mean, you can maybe say, hey, you know what, let's get it together. Let's win this game. If they're still not cooperating, I mean, just say, fuck it. You know what? Let me mute this mofo. And, that way you're not focusing on what the fuck he's saying. And hopefully, if you all can start doing good, that this person will actually go ahead and start cooperating with you, depending on, what the situation is. Hopefully you guys can come back and win. And like I say, even the toxicity itself, it can lead to you being on tilt as well. So if you're constantly, you're being affected by this person that's freaking trolling or whatever, I mean, you're going to take that and you may go on tilt. So in order to stop that, you can go ahead and ignore them. And if you lose, I mean, you really ain't got to worry about them. You pretty much didn't see half the shit they said. So they're not even a problem. Just, fuck them. Just do the best you can. And the final tip. Simple ass tip. Watch your freaking map. Map awareness is key. Map awareness is so freaking important. Like, people don't even realize it. Like, there's been plenty of times where, I've pinged some people and they just were not paying attention. And some plays, it's just, I don't know, like for yourself, you just need to freaking watch your mini map. You don't want to miss something that's happening. You don't want to, miss an opportunity. If you see your jungler top lane and your bot lane, if you see your jungler top lane and your bot lane, that could be an opportunity for you to take dragon. And, because you won't have that competition of, them having their smite. They wouldn't be able to steal it. So, just things like that. Watch your mini map. Watch where your team is. Watch where the enemy is. If you see an area in the enemy jungle that's warded by us, and then, you see the jungler in that area, it may be an opportunity for a counter gank, or maybe an opportunity where you actually need to back off because they may be coming into your lane and you're like, okay, I know who this person is, so let me not be as aggressive in lane, and you can go ahead and take it from there. So just watching your mini map. So pretty much tips like that. One other thing I forgot to mention, going back to when I said about out of game tips, when I said watch your own games, with that, when you're watching your own games, you also want to go ahead and make sure that none of your deaths were pointless. So, if you die, make sure it's for a reason. It's like if you got top lane tower, if you got dragon, if you got baron, don't just die and then nothing else happens on your team. It's just like, okay, you pretty much died for no reason. I mean, granted, I know you're going to have to eventually go ahead and try to get a kill on your opponent, and you may be on the other side and your opponent gets a kill on you. But do your best not to go ahead and get caught out. Try not to get outplayed, because you don't want your deaths to just be meaningless. And, if you're constantly dying and the enemy team is just getting gold off of you, you pretty much died for no reason. The only reason you died is for the enemy's benefit. So make sure none of your deaths are meaningless. But besides all that, that is pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.